Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time of seeing me, you're highly welcome. This is Christian of Sharing Beauty Empire. In today's video, I'm not going to be doing makeup or anything beauty related. I'm going to be sharing with you my own experiences as a core member serving in Ibadan. I have served for 6 good months and I am ready to share with you how it has been. And I'm going to be talking about CDS, that's Community Development Service, and I'm going to be talking about PPA, how to choose a good PPA. If this is what you're interested in, then you have to watch this video to the end. First and foremost, I am going to say that it hasn't been easy. Okay, that is why I haven't really been frequenting myself here on YouTube, because this girl has been busy with NYSC serving our fatherland. I'm currently serving in Oyo State, Ibadan precisely, and NYSC posted me to a school, a federal school, a secondary school. It's actually a girls' school in Ibadan here, and it's actually what I never wanted. Okay, but then I have been doing it. Yes, I have been doing it. I have been surviving. Of course, anywhere you find yourself, you just have to develop some mechanisms to survive, and I would say that I have been surviving. But the truth is, it hasn't really been easy. It has been stressful. Serving in Ibadan, when I first came to Ibadan, I felt lost, okay, because of the language barrier. You know, having stayed in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State for 4 to 5 years, I was just so comfortable in Uyo, especially the transportation system. Not much of language barrier there. At least they speak English, not just Ibibio, Anang, and the rest. Okay, they still speak English because I stayed in a student environment, so there wasn't anything like a language barrier. And in terms of transportation, there was this ease. You know, everything was just flexible. So coming down here to Ibadan or your state, it was kind of strange, and I felt disappointed actually. When I came in, I was disappointed. It wasn't the Ibadan I've been hearing. But then it's a good town. Yes, let me not discourage you. Ibadan is a good town. The people are friendly. I only have issues with their language. Not that the language is bad, no. They speak their Yoruba often. Like everywhere you would go to is Yoruba, and I don't understand. Okay, I didn't understand why. Or Eshe, I didn't know anything, but now at least I can say a few things in Yoruba. Ekaro. Okay, as you already know, I was actually posted to Kebbi State, and I camped in Dakigari Camp, Kebbi State, but I redeployed to Oyo. So I'm currently serving in Ibadan, and I made so many videos while I was in camp, so many videos about my camp experience, so many videos. So I would advise after this video you go back and check those videos out. I believe you pick or learn 1 or 2 things from them and prepare yourself ahead. So I teach like up to 6-7 periods, so you have no rest until when it's break period. Break is normally 11 o'clock or 11:30. Can't remember again. 11:30. So until it's break period, that's when you have your time to. You only rest for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, you go back to your classes again and start teaching. It's hell. It's really stressful to me. So why I feel it's really taking my time is because I have so many things that I want to do. I'm currently learning French, but because I don't have enough time, when I come back from school like this, I'll be very tired. So I have so many things that I want to do during this service here, but there is one thing I have been enjoying, and that thing is Alawi. So that thing is Alawi. That one, I am enjoying that one. And serving in Oyo State, Sheyi Makinde, the state's governor, pays core members 15,000 naira monthly. Okay, but my PPA doesn't pay because it's under the federal government. So if your institution, wherever you are being posted to, is under the state government, definitely you get that 15k. If you are sent to a private school, you not get that 15k. Okay, but that private school or private institution might decide to give you stipends, maybe 10k if you are lucky, 50. It depends on the company, depends on the institutions. Okay, but you won't get that state government 15k. But if you're working in a federal institution like me, a federal secondary school, you'll be paid 15,000 naira with your 33k. It's actually manageable, but it's not enough, to be honest. Before I was thinking 33k, wow, when I start receiving 33k, I will buy a land in what's it called, Victoria Island. I'll buy like 4 plots of land in Benin, buy in my village. I was calculating so many things that I would do with 33k. I was calculating so many things that I would do with 33k, but before the month ends, sometimes I'll be like, where's that 33k that they paid me? So it's manageable, but it's really not enough. Okay, now talking about CDS, okay, which is Community Development Service. Okay, it's actually a way of you contributing to your host community, and there are different CDS groups like sanitation, culture and tourism, editorial. So I'm actually in culture and tourism group, so I'm going to be talking about what we do in culture and tourism group. In culture and tourism group, we basically just promote culture. Okay, there are different ways we do that. During our CDS meetings, we could go up stage, dance different cultural dance, we could sing different cultural songs, talk about different culture, their food, their attire. Okay, we could go places. Okay, the last time we went to Boas Tower, and I actually made a video about that Boas Tower visitation in Ibadan here, and it was fun. Okay, so we're actually planning to visit another place here in Ibadan. So since we're in Ibadan, we're going to learn more about the culture, their places, visitations to so many places. So that's what we basically do in culture and tourism. Yeah, tourism, we tour. Okay, we go places, but so far there's only one that I have gone with them, which is that Boas Towers visitation. My videos, I'll put the link down below so you can go see it for yourself, and it was fun, you know. So for sanitation, okay, sanitation, they basically clean around. Maybe after each CDS meetings, they just pick the dirt, pick all the stuff on the ground. They just make sure the whole place is kept clean, and around the environment too, around the community, they can just choose a day and go around it and clean the gutter, pick so many things. Okay, and that is one of it that I've experienced with them, because I've even gone with them to pick around. You see the video, I've gone with them to pick around, you know, around the community like that. Okay, and then we have the editorial. They write, they make all these bulletins, NYSC magazines, and NYSC, anything concerning NYSC, they write, they film. Editorial, anything editorial. I don't know how to explain it, but anything editorial, that is what they do. Okay, we also have education. Okay, education CDS group. In the education CDS group, if you are there, just like the name itself, you just have to teach. Okay, you could go to schools. Okay, and don't be scared, you're not going to do this alone. That's why we have groups. Okay, CDS groups. So if you're in an education group, you find your mates there too, so you go together. Maybe you people can just pick a day, go to a school and sensitize them on something. Okay, educate them on something, empower them, enlighten them on a particular topic or anything like that. Or you go to schools, wherever you want to go. Education is just all about teaching. We also have a special CDS group. Okay, the special CDS group, I'm sorry, I don't really know so much about them. I don't know what they do, but from my experiences so far, what I have observed, they are like our doctors, our nurses, our pharmacists. Okay, they rarely attend our own CDS that we do almost every Thursday. Okay, they are called special CDS groups. Okay, because of their profession. Yeah, especially doctors, nurses, pharmacists, because of their profession. Okay, they are not in education. No, they'll not put you in education group or culture and tourism. No, there's a special CDS group. They could go to hospitals, clinics, you know, educate people on HIV/AIDS, talk about family planning, educate patients in wards on some issues like that. So that's basically some of the things that these special CDS people do. So in culture and tourism, like I said before, we basically tour and talk about culture. Now I'm going to be talking about PPA. PPA means your place of primary assignment. Okay, for you to actually have a PPA, that means you have gone to NYSC camp. Okay, that means you have camped, except maybe you are married or sick. Okay, sick, maybe handicapped, and you didn't go to camp. Aside that, so that means you are out from camp now. Some people that did not redeploy, NYSC normally gives them their PPA, their primary place of assignment. That's where they will serve, like a workplace. Okay, those, for example, if I did been I camped here in Oyo, I wouldn't have struggled to look for a PPA, but I redeployed to Oyo. So those of my friends that camped in Kebbi, that chose to remain there in Kebbi, okay, NYSC gave them their PPA. They did not struggle to look for a PPA. Okay, NYSC will just give it to you, except you don't like it. You don't like the PPA where NYSC posted you to, and you want to change. Now, if you want to change, you want to get a PPA for yourself, okay, or if you redeployed like me and now you want to look for a PPA, how do you get a good PPA? That's what I'm going to be talking about now. One thing is, do your research. Ensure that you research about that company that you're interested in. Find out their reviews. There's no how they will not have reviews. Okay, find out their reviews, else they are really going to stress you. If you don't know so much about it and you just want to look for any PPA, you would suffer. Sincerely, you would suffer. Once you leave camp, there's always this 1 month or 1 month plus break that you have. Use it to relax. Use it to relax. Don't be in a hurry, because once you start working, you might not have enough time for yourself again. Don't be anxious. Okay, don't be too enthusiastic to getting a PPA that you want to start working. Okay, automatically after you leave camp, that first month they give you an automatic clearance. So don't be in a haste. Relax yourself and take your time to get a good PPA. Research on that PPA. Okay, if it's a school you are interested in, find out about the school, browse, go to the school, ask questions. Okay, ask about their salary, payment structure. Okay, ask about their payment structure. If they give accommodation, if you have the money to go and pay accommodation outside, fine. But if you don't have the money, find out if that school or if that job, that workplace has an accommodation for core members. It is very, very important, especially if you don't have the money. Okay, and even if you have the money, if the place is conducive, okay, if it's conducive to living, then there's no point wasting your money. In my own PPA, the place is actually not conducive. Many of us could not even stay because it's bushy. There's no good toilets, the room and all that. So that's why I had to rent an apartment outside my PPA, although not too far, just 15-minute distance to my PPA. So I'm actually sharing a flat with a core member too. I'm sharing a flat, just 2 bedrooms, sharing it with a core member. So this is my room. There's nothing in the room. But it's a state government school. Okay, if it's a state government school, you are rest assured that you'll be getting that 15k if you are in Oyo State. Okay, if you are not in Oyo State, okay, find out if the state pays. If the state pays, good for you. If it doesn't, try and get a PPA that pays, please. Get a PPA that pays, because you need the money. Don't say, oh, because you are in a haste, you want to get a PPA, you want to start working, and then even if they don't pay you, no problem. Even if you have the money, you need money. So that peanut they are going to pay you would cover up for some things. So ensure that that PPA pays. Okay, it's actually not too stressful for you, because some PPAs are stressful. Try and get more information about that workplace. I've been using school because I'm currently serving in a school. So if it's a pharmacy, okay, try and find out more about the pharmacy. From what time to what time would you be working? Okay, from what time to what time would you be working? Okay, would you be the one in charge of patients, giving patients injections, or just basically ministering drugs, advising patients and all that? Find out your job roles. I think that is clear. Okay, I hope everything I've been saying makes sense. And another thing is, do not allow any employer to interview you, because NYSC actually stated that no employer should interview a core member. One of the disadvantages of this is that they're likely to delay you, okay, because some jobs, there are different stages of interviews. After passing one interview, you move on to another interview, and time is going. You don't have enough time. Okay, I understand that you need to take your time, but then don't be too relaxed. Okay, so you might take your time, and at the end of the day you might not get it. You start moving around, stressing yourself, trying to get a PPA. So any interviewer that wants to interview you, run. Yes, run. Okay, and any job any employer that will not want to pay you, please run. The employer must pay you, must give you stipends. It might not be too much, but at least they should pay you. And try not to sign any contracts. You are a core member, do not sign any contract, because you will suffer. Most of these institutions, most of these jobs, that they will tell you, come and sign a contract, come and do this. By the time they want to pay you, you will suffer to get your money. They'll start telling you stories. Didn't you sign the contract? Start telling you stories, and you might not get your money or your complete money. Okay, and they are really going to stress you. Okay, they are going to stress you. To avoid all this, please make your inquiries. Make your inquiries. I actually suffered, and if I wish I knew all these things before now. I wish I knew all these things before now. I wouldn't have suffered. I wouldn't have been in my PPA now. Okay, but I still give God the glory. It's not so bad. Is pick a PPA, okay, that is related to what you are interested in. Pick a PPA that is in line with your passion. Okay, if you have passion for teaching, and then, or you studied education, for example, you studied education and you have passion for teaching, I would advise you go to a school where you can, unleash your teaching ability, and then empower yourself more, and at the same time you are building up your CV. I don't know if that makes sense. Now, if you have seen an institution or a place, a PPA where you would like to work, and it's okay, okay, it's okay with you, then you tell them to give you a letter. I've forgotten what that letter is called. That letter now, you take it back to NYSC. Take it to either the secretariat or you take it to your local government. Any of them, you know how it's been run there. Okay, I can't remember how mine was. We even had something like test. We have something like TESCOM, so it's a bit dicey. That's another discussion for another day. But once that employer, you are okay with your employer, the terms and conditions, you like the place, you're okay with the salary and all that, tell them to give you that letter. Then you take it to NYSC and that's it. I want to talk about how to pick a good PPA now. Now, there are pros and cons in these PPAs. Now, there are two types. There is the federal PPA and then there is the private PPA. Now, let me talk about the pros and cons. If you are working for a federal PPA, okay, you would have enough time for yourself, and that is the truth. You would have enough time for yourself, especially if you want to build your brand or you have a skill that you are acquiring somewhere, or you just want to relax, enjoy your 1 year service. Go for a federal PPA. My own school is a federal PPA, and though I said it's stressful, it is actually giving me some time, okay, because I only go to school 4 times in a week: Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Thursdays are for CDS. Saturdays and Sundays I don't go to school. So that is it. Now, for the private PPA, there is every possibility that they are really going to stress you there. Okay, it's a private institution, it's a private PPA. They need workers, they need people who can work, they need to build up their portfolio, they need people who can work. So seeing a core member, they definitely want to use you. Not like use you per se, but I think you understand what I mean. They want you to work. You might not be having enough time for yourself. Okay, sometimes you go there from morning and close in the evening, let's say 5 or 6. If you're a teacher working in a private school, you will not really be having enough time for yourself, because after lectures, there's lesson you have to teach. In a private institution, some of them will even want you to go to school on CDS day, that after CDS you go back to your PPA. Instead of you to go back home after CDS, they will tell you to go back to your PPA, go back to work. So it's stressful. But then one of the advantages of working in a private institution is that if it is in line with what you want to do in future, if it's in line with what you are interested in, because there's so much for you to do, you would be developed. Okay, you learn more. Yes, you will learn more. Okay, and it will prepare you for the task ahead. Okay, so that's basically it. If you have any other questions, anything you have, put them down in the box below in the comment section. I'm going to read them and answer your questions as soon as I can. Until then, I hope you have learned 1 or 2 things from this video. I hope everything I said made sense. And if you haven't watched my other videos, these are the videos. Make sure you watch them. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. It's down below, that red button there. Just press the subscribe button and the notification bell. So until then, see you in my next video.